Good morning, Alex Giles here on WBTV News Now. An update on a breaking news story we've been following for a few hours. A 3-alarm fire in Southwest Charlotte. If you were with us on WBTV this morning, watching on air or online, you saw that we had our Mary Calkins out live at this situation in Southwest Charlotte. Building on fire. It's been a major response from Charlotte Fire, and we've gotten an update within about the last 20 to 30 minutes. Mary's been out there gathering information, talking to first responders, so we wanted to bring her in. Mary, thank you for your reporting this morning. What's the latest on this fire? Now under control, correct?
That's exactly right, Alex. And the good news here, there are no injuries to citizens or to any person, whether a firefighter or not. So that is the good news. The fire obviously is totally under control now. And I was telling you this morning on air how the road was shut down. It is reopened now, and the cause of this fire is under investigation. We know it broke out at this business here on Carpet Street. This is called Southeastern Curated. I did look this up, and according to their website, they are an industrial packaging company. And according to Charlotte Fire, flames were shooting through the roof this morning. The call first came in around 5:40 a.m., and that is when firefighters responded. They had, within 7 minutes of being here, a second alarm, and then just a few short minutes later, they called a third alarm, and that means they needed to call in additional resources. The battalion chief here, John Lipsack, tells me it took an hour to put this out. Again, they are investigating the cause of this fire, Alex, and again, no injuries.
Always thankful to hear no injuries. That's great information and a great update we got from fire officials this morning, Mary. Talk a little bit just about the area there. I know obviously this isn't a neighborhood. It's not too far from I-77, not too far from Nations Ford Road, and it's outside of the 485 loop. But tell us just a little bit about what that area around you looks like right now.
Yeah, again, and this is also not too far from Westinghouse Boulevard, and I can tell you this is not a residential area. If I can have my photographer show a little bit of this area, you can see there are a lot of businesses out here. This is more commercial things like this packaging company. We see garages out here, also this working equipment. So this is not a place where people are living. This is a place where people are coming to work. So another good news that we heard from Battalion Chief John Lipsack, he said there's actually no impact to any of the surrounding businesses. He said the only impact there was the road closures this morning, which again, Alex, that has been reopened.
Yeah, great to hear that no road issues for folks around that area as well, especially with traffic continuing to pick up as we get closer to 9 a.m. Mary, wanted to see if you could tell us just a little bit about how long firefighters are going to be out there. Any indication from first responders as to how long there's going to be a presence?
Well, Alex, I can tell you that presence has shrank dramatically from what we saw on air this morning. But the only firefighter still out here, you see 2 trucks right here and a few other smaller vehicles. Battalion Chief Lipsack said they will be investigating because, again, they do not know the cause of this fire. So they said that for the next few hours they will be out here, but really that's the only timetable we have. But as soon as we get that information as to what started this fire, we're going to have that on air and online.
And just to recap one more time, Mary, for folks who may have been jumping on the stream late, no injuries there. That's great news. Do we know what type of business it is at all?
Yeah, so this is an industrial packaging company, and I did ask Battalion Chief Lipsack about those, you remember those massive fans we saw being brought to the scene this morning, and I asked him, what was the concern there? Why did they have those fans? Were they worried about some type of hazardous material? And what he said was when they don't know what goes on inside some of these industrial companies, when they don't know what they're dealing with, they bring in that special type of backup just in case there may be hazardous material. He said at this time he could not answer the question of whether or not there was hazardous material, but he did say those big fans, that was a precaution just in case. But Alex, again, this is an industrial packaging company here on Carpet Street.
Mary Calkins live in Southwest Charlotte this morning. She's been out there for hours on this breaking story. Great to hear no one was hurt in all of this, and we know an investigation is now underway. So we'll wait for that to play out and, of course, update folks, Mary, when we get more information about how this all happened. Mary, we appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of the morning there. Going to continue to update you on other headlines throughout the day here on WBTV. Of course, you can look for us on air and online. And if you haven't downloaded the WBTV News app, you can do that. It is free and it is easy to use. So you can download that in any of those app stores. Look for the WBTV News app and the First Alert Weather app. Thanks for hopping on for this breaking news update, and have a great rest of the day into the weekend.